8.4 is multiplying special cases. It's no different than multiplying anything else, but you might recognize a pattern. So x plus 4 to the second, remember if we have like 2x to the second, that gets distributed to both parts. We learned that. If we're doing this, I also said, actually let's do that again, 2x to the second. We talked about how that meant it would take 2x times 2x. It means take everything in there twice, and that got you 4x squared. So it's the same idea here. When you have x plus 4 squared, sorry, my eraser is not cooperating, it means, and I would rewrite it like this because it makes your life a lot easier. It means x plus 4 times x plus 4, or times itself. That's what squared means. So now you can just use box method or FOIL method. If I use box, if I have x plus 4 here and I have x plus 4 there, you'd have x times x, which is x squared, x times 4, 4x, 4 times 4, 16, 4 times x, 4x. And now we combine our like terms. And you end up with x squared plus 8x plus 16. Now let's take a minute to look at those numbers compared to with what we started. So we had x plus 4 squared equals that. I'm just going to say that, and we're going to start looking for a pattern when we square things. So just, I want you to remember thinking about the numbers that are in these. So let's try another one. Again, we're just going to cross off this squared and write it as x minus 3 times x minus 3. If I do first, I get x times x, which is x squared. Outer, x times negative 3. Inner. And last, combine my like terms. You have x squared minus 6x plus 9. Again, look at these numbers compared to the x minus 3 that we started with, x minus 3 squared. And hopefully, actually, let's put me on pause and you try doing this one again. Do this to it though, and either FOIL it out or use the box method, but put me on pause, come back when you've got it. So you should have gotten 4m squared minus 12m plus 9. All right, let's talk about that. Hopefully by now you've noticed kind of a pattern. So how do I get 12 from these, or negative 12 from these numbers? Well, if I multiplied them together, so 2 times negative 3. Sorry, 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. I doubled that. So it's the first term, actually, this term squared. So I take 2m and I squared it. The second term, I'm going to multiply the two things together and double it. So 2 of 2m's times negative 3. And then the last term I square. So plus negative 3 squared. So there is a formula, you start to recognize a pattern, but I think sometimes learning the pattern is just another thing to memorize. I'm just thinking after a while, after you've done so many, you'll see the pattern. Currently, I just want you to put them either box method or FOIL it out and come up with an answer. All right, so let's look at this. We have, what is the area of the walkway? So this would be a patio with a walkway around it. And we have some dimensions. We just want to know just this. I don't care about the patio, but to find that, I have to find the dimensions of the whole, the big rectangle. And we have the big rectangle's x plus 6 times x plus 6. So let's find that first. So we FOIL this out, we get, do it along with me or before me, x squared plus 6x plus another 6x plus 36, which is x squared plus 12x if I combine my like terms, plus 36. So that would be the whole thing if it was all shaded in, but I have to subtract the patio. So this is the patio is just x times x by x, so the area of that is just x times x. Area equals x times x, which is x squared, and I have to subtract that away. So from my area here, I have to subtract out x squared. So I'm left with 12x plus 36 as the area for my walkway. So let's do another one, area of the shaded region. Again, the big yellow or orangish, whatever color that would be, is x plus 4 squared if it was all filled in, or x plus 4 times x plus 4. So let's find the big area. And x, so FOIL x squared plus 4x plus 4 more x plus 16. Combine my like terms, I get x squared plus 8x plus 16. Again, where I was talking about before, you'll recognize this first term I squared, then I multiplied 4 times x and doubled it to get 8x in the middle, and then I squared my last number. But again, if you don't want to recognize a pattern, just FOIL every time it works. All right, then my inner box is x minus 1 by x minus 1. So I need to do x minus 1 times x minus 1. I have x squared minus x minus another x plus 1. Or we get x squared minus 2x plus 1. I'm rushing because the bell's going to ring and it's going to be noisy. But anyway, I want to know the shaded area. We'll have to take that area, and we're going to do back to section 1 things. We're going to take x squared plus 8x plus 16, the area of the big rectangle. And we're going to subtract off the area of the small rectangle, which is minus x squared minus 2x plus 1. And remember that negative has to be distributed. So I'm going to do plus. I'm going to change it to adding the opposite. So I'm going to change all of these signs because that's distributing that negative. So x squared minus x squareds are gone. 8x plus 2x is 10x. And 16 plus negative 1 or minus 1 is plus 15. So that would be the area that's shaded. And that completes this lesson.